Let me tell you the single most identifying characteristic of the prison population in Colorado and every place else. 70% of the inmates have never at any point in their life lived with their natural father. You want to reduce prison populations, we need to reduce family dysfunction in this country. Okay, I favor sentencing reform, but I gave you this introduction to this to just let you know a lot of us have different motives. I'm not pushing sentencing reform because I want to save a whole bunch of dollars to spend it on something that I think is a lower priority. I want to make our criminal justice system effective, efficient, and spend dollars wisely. Let's turn to this reduction in drug sentences. Let me tell you why I support it. I want our sentencing structure to reflect the reality. And the reality is, of those 4,000 some inmates out of the 22 or 23 in the Colorado prison system that are there for a drug offense, they're in this category of 3 or 4 prior offenses, and chances are if they weren't there for this drug offense, it may have in fact been pled down to that drug offense, so they wouldn't go to prison for forgery, identity theft, or a whole variety of crimes they're committing. And I want our system to reflect the reality. The reality is people are not going to prison for their first-time drug offense, or a drug-addicted person in their first-time forgery or something like that are not going to prison. And to prove that, I think that our sentencing structure ought to reflect that we find the mere possession, the mere use of drugs, a minor offense, and if necessary, if these guys do, for our public safety, need to be incarcerated, let's make the prosecutors convict them of identity theft, forgery, and the kinds of things that make them a true detriment to our society. So I am supportive of reducing these drug sentences. I got to warn you though, we reduced drug sentences some years ago as a quid pro quo for some increases in violent crime. It didn't significantly reduce the prison population. And I'm going to go on a limb. By the way, interestingly enough, the prison population in Colorado right now for the last 2 years is stabilizing, and it may even be declining. My ultimate goal, and I think Mark's and others, is we actually want to see a new schedule for drugs. Let's not even have them on the same schedule as other crimes, because we want to emphasize that our primary goal with drug-addicted people is to get them into treatment. And so let's have a whole different schedule, and then when they keep coming back to court because they're committing identity theft, and by the way, 2/3 of our identity theft in Colorado, and we're number 6th in the nation in identity theft, is committed by drug addicts, primarily methamphetamine addicts. So they are involved in a lot of criminal activity, but I think we ought to hold them accountable for that criminal activity. Our emphasis in the drugs should be treatment, and I think this bill reflects that emphasis.